it's Misty here from TheJollyFatElf. Welcome back to another video. Yes, I realize we're less than a week away from Christmas, but I am still making Christmas cards. And today I have two cards for you using items from the 2018 December Simon Says Stamp card kit. I only have two cards. I really wanted to do 10 cards for you guys, but number one, I ran out of time. I actually did this like on Sunday, the day before my thumb surgery. And number two, while I love the stamp set, this paper just threw me for a loop. So I just felt like my creativity was just completely dried up. But after seeing January's kit, I know I can do at least 10 cards for you guys using that. So hold out for me until January and I'll get you some. So for this kit and for the exclusive kit, I went ahead and did a more traditional and then a more non-traditional card. So for the first card, I cut down that piece of paper to 4 by 5 and a quarter, and adhered it to a piece of Poppy Parade. Those reds look perfect together. Then I'm using the largest circle from the stitched shape framelits from Stampin' Up! To cut out a piece of their sparkle glimmer paper. It's really thin, really easy to cut, and I decided I wanted to adhere this cute reindeer to it. And then I was deciding on a sentiment, and I decided I wanted to use that Merry Christmas with the ribbon, which you'll see in just a second. But first, I'm going to go ahead and adhere this using Stampin' Dimensionals. Any dimensional adhesive will work. This is just, again, what I have lying around, because like you guys know, I was a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. So yeah. So unfortunately, I just didn't get as many cards with this kit as I wanted to, but I used the odds and ends and the sayings or whatever from Doodlebug and made 24 cards. So you guys will see those next week. Next week's going to be a whole week of Doodlebug. So yeah. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and adhere the dimensionals to the back of this. This is already, of course, it has adhesive on it because it is a sticker, but I want to have this somewhat on this circle, so I needed to pop it up so they are a little bit more even. I'm going to add that to the center of the card, and then I'm going to add this on top. And then I went ahead and decorated the inside. I know. Who am I? What have I done with Misty? But I wanted to. But first, I went ahead and added a Whisper White card layer. This measures 4 by 5 and a quarter. All of my layers on the inside are always a 1/4 inch smaller. Outside are almost always a 1/4 inch unless I'm adding several layers, and then I'll do 1/8 of an inch. So I had a little bit of a hard time deciding what I wanted to put on the inside, but in the end, I decided on Santa and this Christmas tree, and I really love how this card turned out. I didn't add any Wink of Stella, there was no stamping, and I think it turned out absolutely adorable, and I love this paper. So for card number 2, I'm actually using a piece of paper from Doodlebug. This was out of that 12 by 12 paper pack that I got. And I am using Melon Mambo and Balmy Blue. So this piece of Melon Mambo measures 4 1/8 by 5 3/8, and then the DSP measures 4 by 5 1/4. And I decided to use this really cute retro looking Christmas tree. And it reminded me of the Christmas tree from A Charlie Brown Christmas. Remember the one that's pink and I think silver and it's like metal or something? So I decided to go ahead and use that. I'm going to be stamping that using Memento Tuxedo Black ink because I will be coloring it using my Stampin' Blends. And I'm going to go ahead and use my Stamparatus for this because it's just easier for me. I love this positioner. Like I said, I love it because it has a ton of plates. And then I put it on the end and I was like, wait a minute, I'm going to die cut this. So I need to put it back in the middle where it belonged. So again, I'm just going to ink this up with Memento Tuxedo Black. I'm going to be using Lovely Lipstick and Smoky Slate, as my blends colors. And then you see there, I just flipped the plate over. I'm going to bring in the Sending Christmas Cheer sentiment, and I'm going to stamp that using Coastal Cabana. And I probably could have used Balmy Blue, but I wanted something a little brighter. So once I get that stamped, I'm going to go ahead and bring in my markers. Now, this is where I really wish that Stampin' Up! Had a third marker in between. Oh, it looks like I'm going to do my card base first using Tombow liquid glue. Because I really wanted like a mid-tone pink in this lovely lipstick, but you'll see how I take care of that in just a second. So at first I thought, oh, maybe I'll add ribbon, and then I decided to go ahead and add a layer of the plaid Christmas paper from that Christmas Town. I used a whole 6x6 paper pad on the cards that you'll see next week, and I had just a couple of pieces left over, and this plaid is going to be one of them. Eventually, I'll bring it in. It seems like, maybe, I don't know. I swear I just watched this back and I've already forgotten what's going on. There it is. I knew I was bringing it in. And the great thing about Doodlebug and their Christmas collections, they almost always have the same colors in them. So you can, coordinate basically all of them together. I think there was one year where they just did red and green, brown and white. That was a few years ago, I think, but don't quote me on that. But yeah, Doodlebug at Christmas is just the cutest. So I got ahead and got that added, and now I'm going to color. So I'm going to start with the dark, lovely lipstick at the bottom, and then I'm going to work my way up. Here I'm just deciding on colors. And I was trying to decide how I wanted the kind of shadow to look. I wasn't sure if I wanted the shadow to be like all the way from like the darkest be on the left and the lightest be on the right, or if I just wanted to go top to bottom, and I just decided to go top to bottom. Again, I am no artist. If you want to look like to Christina Werner and Sandy Allnock and a lot of people who are so much better at shadows, Kathy Rakusin, there's so many more people who are so much better at actual like color theory and those kinds of things, like actual artists who know where to place shadows and stuff. I'm just a card maker. I just like to color and have fun and, try to make things look cute, but I don't go out of my way to make everything look realistic or perfect. So yeah. I craft in real life. That's my little tagline, is crafting in real life. So here you see me touching the tips of the markers. This is something that you can do with any of your alcohol markers when you need a kind of an in-between color. And then I went ahead and switched to using the nib against the brush tip, and this worked so much better for me. You can see there that I'm getting a wonderful mid-tone. I think for the price, Stampin' Up! Blends are good for what they are, Stampin' Blends. If you are looking for inexpensive markers and you want, something that's going to be a great investment, I suggest Spectrum Noir. You can almost get an entire set from Joann's. You can get a lot of great colors there, use a coupon, etc. You will have to fill it in like with Dick Blick or etc. But I just think they work really, really well. You really don't even need alcohol markers unless you just have FOMO or if it's something that you want to explore. I kind of think of paper crafting kind of like quilting and sewing. A lot of people do that as a hobby. It's not something that they sell, but you have to invest in like the sewing machine and the thread and the patterns and the fabric. So, it's really about what hobby is important to you. So, if you feel like you would get use out of markers, then absolutely go ahead. You don't have to get an entire set. Just find there are a lot of great, resources on the internet that give you like specific colors that are great for newbies, or ones that, will help you if you specifically want to color flowers or if you want to color animals, those kinds of things. So you don't necessarily have to make a huge investment to have something that's going to be fun, etc. So I ran that through my Gemini. I do have a Gemini. I have the big Gemini. And the reason why I got it is because I just don't have this muscle strength anymore or the stamina to do a lot with my Big Shot. So I will be selling that one my older Big Shot, and I have a brand new Big Shot to sell. So I'll be looking for that crafting D-stash at the first of the year. So after I cut that out using, the largest stitch circle, I'm going to go ahead and add that to my card. I'm going to bring in, of course, Wink Stella because it's Christmas, but I'm also going to bring in a silver Sharpie to color in the ornaments. And then I have a magenta gel pen. I think I mentioned in another video that this was part of like a 100 pack. Yeah, it was in that Nutcracker video. I think there were like 120 gel pens in this pack. It was like $10 from Costco. I think you can even get it on Amazon. But I tried to keep some of the glitter ones, and they are just so pretty. So I'm going to color in the star, and then I'm going to go over all of the quote-unquote garland that's on this tree, all the lines on this tree, basically. And it gives it a little shimmer and shine. And after that, that's it. So thanks so much, guys. I'll see you on Friday for another card. Bye for now.